Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Heather and I am a quantum healing hypnosis practitioner. I have a really powerful session to share with you guys. I wanted to do a little intro because it's a little different than the other sessions that I share. I wanted to share a little bit about what we're talking about in this session. So this session I did with a dear friend, Emily. Emily and I have been working together, much like Kim and I have been working together over the last probably year and a half, somewhere in there. We've done quite a few sessions together, and Emily is amazingly connected in her sessions. And typically, when we do a session together, my guides are always there and they bring through lots of amazing messages for me. So this session that I'm about to share with you is actually a surrogate session. We've been testing doing some surrogate sessions for clients, bringing through messages from their guides and higher self, just to see what comes through and if we can bring through information to help someone on their journey. And so we've been testing this process just to see how we could do it and how it would work. And so this session, we were doing another sort of test run. And I typically, the way we start out is we start out doing the surrogate work first. We work with different clients through the session. We connect with their guides, their higher self to bring through messages. And then at the end, we connect with our guides and angels and bring through any messages that we need, ask them any questions, and just get all that information that we need for us. But right out of the gate with this one, so I'll always start out with a clearing for Emily just to make sure that everything's clear, see if there's anything that we need to work on her first. And right out of the gate, she has a throat issue, but my guides sort of swoop in and say that that throat issue belongs to me. And so they begin to explain that I have been feeling a little muddled in my mind, that's their words, about a recent session that I posted with my lovely friend Kim called the Council of 12. Now, in that session, Kim brought through some amazing and powerful information, but there was also some really intense and heavy information that came through. And of course, from this side, from my perspective, I get to see all of the comments that come through, all of the emails, all of the messages that you guys send. And there were some that were really upset by some of what came through. And I completely understand that. I truly do. There was some information that was a little hard to hear and some that left you scratching your head a bit. So I am the type that gets a little bit in my mind. I start to worry, I start to overthink. Probably most of us do that. It's very easy to do as a human on this planet. And I even thought, oh goodness, do I want to bring through such strong information? So my guides kind of come in and give me a little bit of a talking to. And they're very loving and they're very powerful and strong, but it really was what I needed to hear. I'm here for a mission, just like every one of you are, and we're all on different missions, and we all have our own things that we're here to do. Sometimes those are a little tough, but I have to remember who I am and what I'm here to do and not let my human thoughts get in the way of that. So that's the first part of this session. I get a little bit of a talking to. We do move into asking about some of the information that Kim brought through because I just wanted a little more information, especially when I saw quite a few questions around certain topics. So the guides are going to expand a little bit more. Now, these are my guides, so this is not the council. So keep in mind that when we're listening to messages come through different guides, it's going to come through in different ways. I think one misconception that some people have is that all guides are supposed to bring through information in exactly the same way. And you have to remember that these different guides, these different beings from different planets and different places, they are all looking at what we are going through their own lens and their own perspective. And they're going to bring through the information based on how they see it. So that is why in these sessions, we get information in different ways. It sounds different. Sometimes it is a little more loving and love and light. And sometimes it's a little more strong and powerful. We have guides out there that are benevolent and loving, but they are going to bring through the stronger information because that's what we need to hear. They want us to take our power back and to stand in our power and to no longer allow this darkness to control this beautiful world that we live on. So you're going to hear that information come through as well. And then we're going to talk a little bit about a journey that I'm about to take with learning new ways to help people heal. I've been given information in quite a few sessions now about an aspect of myself that is on a starship somewhere up in the sky, but that I have the ability, because of my connection, to help people to heal through that starship. So if you're wondering, what is all that about? I'm going to be doing some training soon to learn a little bit more about how I can work with those clients who are ready to have that experience. Not all clients are going to be ready for that, but there will be some who are ready to take that journey with me. So that's what all of that is about. And then we will end with some beautiful messages from Emily, some information that comes through. And we connect with her beautiful mother in this session who has crossed over. She has come through in other sessions, and I just feel such a beautiful connection with her. But I just want to share just a little bit of information about what we're talking about so you have a little context. When Emily's mother was having each one of her children, she channeled in information into a letter and gave each one of her children that letter for them to read later in their life. And it was all messages about this time that we're in now. And she gave Emily this beautiful message about what her role would be at this time. And so I wanted to know, what was she thinking when these messages were coming through? Like, how were you feeling? Were you thinking, what is going on? Or anyway, she brings it through so beautifully about how she was feeling when those messages were coming through, but that now she is able to see why those messages were so important. So I'm not including any of the surrogate work. Of course, that is all for our clients and their personal messages. But I combined all of the stuff that I think would be beneficial for you guys to hear, will motivate you, will just remind us of who we all are and why we're here. And I would just say, always trust yourself and your inner guidance over what anybody tells you. You have got all of the answers within you, and you just have to trust. The guides talk about it all the time. Trust that intuition, trust that inner guidance, because it is leading you exactly where you need to be. You have your very own unique mission, and you have to follow that and trust that you are being guided where you need to go on this journey that we call life. So I hope you enjoy this beautiful, powerful session, and I will see you in the next video. So let's begin this session by inviting Emily's guides to do a scan of her body and let us know if there's anything that needs to be cleared or addressed before we move forward in this session.
Her throat is full. Her throat is yours. It's hard to speak.
Tell me what's happening in the throat. What's creating that fullness?
We would like to step in, Heather. This is your guide.
Yes, thank you.
This is yours. It is your hesitancy with information that has been brought through. You have been afraid of what has been heard. You are letting others stop you, muddle you, frustrate you. You think it is your responsibility and yours alone to make people comfortable with information that is being given to you at this time. It is not your job to make people comfortable. It is your job to project it. They decide when they are ready for expansion. If they are not ready for the expansion in which we provide this information, that is okay. You are not responsible for their personal experience, are you? The energy around the experiences you have brought through have left you muddled. What do I say? What should I not say to people? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have brought that through. We are choosing the information to bring through at this time appropriately. Yes, some may get their feelings hurt because they are not ready to be expansive enough to understand the concept on a higher level. They see it on your earth plane and on your earth plane only. You need to know in time, they will understand. They will see the difference, and all judgments will be dropped. Do not take those judgments into your body and close yourself off. Now is not the time. It is the time to expand. If you need to turn the comments off on your videos for now, maybe you do that. Put the energy out and let people soak it in. They do not see it from our perspective. They think that you have offended them personally. It is not about them. Is it about the battles? We are here to help you see. We are here to help you expand. It is not a negative. It is a knowing. We are sharing with you at this time. So, Heather, do not let these thoughts, these judgments. Stop your voice. You have blocked your energy there because you are afraid what people will hear. Do they want to hear that? No, you don't need to think that. You have come so far. You are worried. Should I take a step back? Have I gone too far? What will people think of me? That sounds familiar, doesn't it? It is not time to question what will people think of me. It doesn't matter. It's not about you. It's not about this one. It's about sharing the information so we may move forward. People need expansion of their energy. So you may go home. This decision is up to you. But no, the only thing that is blocking your voice is the negativity of others that you have allowed into your field. This is not like you. You are stronger than this. Shake it off. Hold your head high and proceed. Do you understand?
I do. Thank you for that. I needed to hear that. You are
You
absolutely correct.
very good.
So it has some of the comments have sort of muddled my mind, and it does raise questions in my mind. One being that could these transmissions be interfered in any way when we're bringing them through? There are many people that believe that benevolent beings would not bring through such heavy messages or show Kim such dark images. Can you expand on that, please?
Like you have discussed, we are not the angel team. We are not here to coddle you. We are here to help you understand the truth. Your dog has something to say. Oh, he
Well, well, that sweet baby like to say.
they are here to fight this battle. We will not let them talk, but they are present upon your planet. The Andromedans just wanted you to know they hold your hand through this. Even they would show Kim what she was shown if needed. These messages were not infiltrated. We needed her to provide this information because because she's strong, because she has seen these things in lifetimes. She has seen horrific scenes in her lives. It's a remembrance. Let's put it this way. To the people who are so horrified that us higher beings would bring such images, what about your beloved Bibles? Have you read them lately? Do you see the horrific scenes that are portrayed in these? The gnashing of teeth, Would Jesus bring that information through? Yes. For what purpose? Protection. Do you understand? The Bible is not all love and light, and yet all of you on earth worship it. You say that is okay. Those messages from those prophets, they may say those things. But if we mention such things in everyday life, now you say you may not mention those. That makes us uncomfortable. How dare you say something like that? You must be infiltrated. These are messages for humanity, for the people of earth. Prophecies, if you would like to call them that. Information for what may come. But do you need to fear? No. That is the point I suppose you are missing. Perhaps we should expand on that. Read Revelations. You will be horrified. But then remember, what does it also say? Children of God, do not fear, for I am with you. That is the part you forget when these messages are sent through. Will children of God suffer? No. The ones that will suffer are the dark forces. I will give an example. To all the beautiful souls who crossed over in Turkey, who gave up their lives to be part of the expansion of consciousness, you think, oh, how horrific the suffering. Do you know we do not let them suffer? Their souls are out of their bodies long before anything crushed them. We would not let these beautiful souls suffer. They are not here for that. They do not deserve that. Their souls exited before any physical pain could be felt. The angel teams have worked very hard to make sure every soul was comforted, to make sure every soul was brought across to the light. There is no suffering for the beautiful children of the earth. That is an illusion. They wish you to have fear. That's the plan. Let's get these people so horrified. They will be so much fear. We can feed off of their fear. Do not fear, no matter what may come upon your planet, whether it be an act of God or an act of the dark. None of your people will suffer. You will be with us in a blink. You will say, what happened? I didn't even know what happened, and now I am home. We are watching the war. These things are happening. There is much to come for your planet. But we couldn't be more excited because we have won. All that is happening is the dark is being uncovered. The dark is being exposed. The dark is being brought to the surface. And it is not pretty, is it? But they are being brought to the surface for justice because it is time. And the light will prevail. And every beautiful soul on that planet that is worthy, that is love, that isn't of the dark, will not suffer 1 second. The only suffering is the suffering you shall cause yourself if you are in fear. And that is from the dark. That fear is from the dark, projecting that. No matter what happens to you, you will not suffer. Be excited. It will be a blink and you will be free. You will be home. You will be so happy. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you for that. I wanted to see one of my questions that I wanted to ask today that that I've gotten a lot of comments about, and I've been sort of thinking about it myself, is there was some information brought through about the movement called Q. And there's lots of different perspectives on this group. And I don't know a lot about them, but some people feel like this group is exposing a lot of the darkness. And isn't that a good thing? Is there anything that you can expand on today just to help us to understand a little bit more about this group in particular and why they're a psyop or why they're on the dark side?
This group is being used in all the ways we want to describe it, like think of a single soul. Think of all of the aspects of a soul. You are familiar with the concept that some souls are sent to the earth to be the role of the bad guy, correct?
Mhm.
But that soul chose that role, played that part in order to awaken those around them, to be the quote karma for those other souls, to allow the other souls to experience the bad, the dark. That soul chose the role to be the dark, but for the purpose of the awakening. Is that soul truly a dark soul? No. It played a part. It played a role for the experience of those around it. This is the Q movement. That is why there is so much confusion. It is dark in ways that it needs to be, to awaken, to uncover, to shake the cage, to rattle the people. It has gained a lot of popularity. A lot of eyes are on it for a purpose. It is a big energy to get people thinking, wait, what do I believe? Do I believe this is good? Do I believe this is bad? People are watching. People are waking up, aren't they? Sometimes there needs to be big groups that can gain popularity, such as Q, to awaken the people. You need to know that not all people can be woken up from high frequency information. We have talked about this before. If a person's vibration is not high enough to access that information, they cannot see it. They cannot hear it. They cannot connect to it. So, a group that can both dip into the darkness, but also bring high frequency information through at the same time. Look how many people can see it. Look how many people can resonate with it. Look how many people can expand from it. So many people can fit within their field of frequency. That is why it is so popular. Good job, Q. Way to wake up the masses. Way to make them think, who am I? What is this world about? What is happening in our world? Everybody was asleep for so long. We needed something big to come in, didn't we? You ask, is it good or bad? What do you think? That is up to you.
So in Kim's session, though, the Council of 12 brought through that Q was not to be trusted. So I think this is where we're finding some confusion. What do you see?
It is up to you. They are there to make you think. Do you want someone to make all the decisions for you about the world, about the politics, about the corruption? We are taking it as a warning from the council not to be sucked into it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Just like anything else, you need to resonate with yourself. We are all at different frequencies. We all hold our own truth within our own souls. One soul is not the same as another. One soul's truth is not the same as another. When you hand your power over to a group, an idea, an understanding, and you say they know everything, let's worship that group as though it is God. That is not smart now, is it? We believe the warning is of that nature. Look at it. See how it is awakening the world. But do not follow it as though it is the last word in the Bible as though it is the only way, as though there are no truths outside of it. It is an awakening movement. They will show you both sides of the coin, but your truth is within you. Do not get so wrapped up in it that you've lost touch with your own soul. We believe that is the council's warning.
Thank you for that. I think that absolutely answers that question. Thank you. So let's talk about one of the things that Kim was shown, because we've we've all been sort of finding videos and different things that sort of tie this together. But one of the things that Kim was shown was a nefarious technology that might possibly be used to take out quite large number of people. And let me just see if you can just expand on that first and what she was shown, what that technology is.
We have spoke on this technology before. It is not of your world. It is unauthorized. It was taken by the dark to use against the humans. Yes, it is present upon your planet. They have succeeded in getting it in the people. They could use it to shut them off. But why would they go and shut you off when they are trying to make you into their people? Why would they go through all that trouble to build their own army just to shut them off? Do you know who shuts you off? You. This is your soul's choice, you know. Even if they think they hold the power to do such things, which they do on a physical level, your soul makes that choice. You are not that weak that they could steal your life. They forget who they are working with, don't they? They look at the humans and say, oh, these humans are so easily manipulated. We can control their every thought. We can control their every move. And if we don't like what they're doing, we'll just shut them off. Look at us holding the power. It looks scary, doesn't it? But it is not. Once again, do not fear. Your soul makes the choice when you want to leave. Your soul says, I've had enough with this game. I shall return home so I may be of help on the other side, out of that body that has been manipulated. But even with the technology, they may not fully take over the body. They try to change the DNA to take over the God codes. Have you heard of the God codes? Your DNA is made perfectly. Do you think the God code could be overwritten by their programming? No. They tried though, didn't they? So all they have is their tiny device, their antenna. They're hoping to control you like a herd of cattle. Go this way, go that way, turn right, stop, sit down. Oh, look how fun it is to play with the humans. But those of you who are in this category, you have signed up for it. You said, I will do that. So the world may see who the dark ones are, so they may be exposed for what they really would do. Now we see you, don't we? We see the ugliness coming out. We have figured out their plans. But remember, it's just a game. They think, oh, we are so powerful. When we want to, we will dangle the carrot in front of our star people. We will shut off the humans. What will you do about it? Let's dangle this carrot and see what our star people do. Sorry to say to the darkness that they lose. They are exposed. They are the ones who should fear. The ones that may pass from this to the other side will not suffer. They knew what they signed up for. We will protect their souls. The dark forces involved in this game are the ones that will suffer greatly. Go ahead and read your Bible again. That is for the dark forces. They will suffer.
So, Kim had shared a video with us about some researchers who had discovered that some people that had gotten the jab had this technology in them that was um, being activated through their cell phones, through the Bluetooth, and they were actually registering with a MAC address from this technology on their phones. Is there anything that you can share with us about the technology and how it is activated with these phones, or why it's showing up as people actually have a MAC address inside of them? Anything you can share about that?
Yes, they are. This is part of their game. They have put the technology in the people. They connect to the Wi-Fi, to the cell phone towers. These people have walking antennas in them. This is true. This is how the dark thought it would be fun to play with the humans. They can connect to them through your devices. Don't you hear us say, get off your devices? They can do a lot through these, but does it matter? No, they still lose. It's just a very, very, very small part of this game they're playing to put people in fear, to try to control the humans. Their game is poor. It's weak. They will not win over humanity. Humans will not be their slave race. Nice try. Just because they are online, connected to their device, connected to the towers, just because you can see what's going on in their body, does not mean you win. Means you are clever. Means you tried hard, didn't you? We will not let you take humanity in that way. Do you know, with one final frequency from us, it will all be disabled, won't it? Game over for them. That took a lot of effort for you to do that to humanity. We can shut it down in a blink, can't we? Who's laughing now? They are just playing the game. Do not fear, humans. This is not outside of our control. It is like watching kids playing with fire, waiting to see if they'll burn something down. Be patient. We are here for you. Do not fear these tactics. Do not fear the bully. That is all they have, is fear. That is the only thing they have from you. Do not give them that. They want your fear more than anything. Stop looking at that. Stop listening. It's a game. They will not win. We would not allow that. But do wake up to it. These messages are important from the council. Do you see how you need to know to open your eyes? To see what is happening and how you have been manipulated? How they got that past you? Put this in your body, they say. It will be good for you. Oh, and if you don't put it in, you're a bad person. You need to do it for other people. Great game, nice manipulation. Do you see that, humans? They did do it. They succeeded, didn't they? The messages from the council need to be said. Shake you a bit. It is truth. They did do that. Is that okay with you? Or is it not? If it is not, get mad. Stand up. Open your mouth. That's what that is about. The council is correct. I know you don't want to hear it, but you haven't been hearing anything for a long time. You have to hear it. It makes you mad. It makes you uncomfortable when you hear it. Because it should. Because it's not right. Is it okay to manipulate the humans? Do you feel angry when you hear it? You are angered because it isn't okay. It is not of the light, and it is not what was intended for Earth. So stand up and fight it. If we just come in and say, oh, everything is okay, we will change it for you. You will be complacent, won't you? This is why we send through some messages that you need to hear. Kim is a perfect surrogate to send it through. She is of authority to bring it through. It is uncomfortable, isn't it? Good. Let it be uncomfortable. Let it shake you. Let it make you stand up and go outside of your home and talk to your neighbors. This is not okay. Did they put this controlling device in you too? What shall we do about it? Sit back until they flip the switch? Or shall we say something? We are here. It is just their little game. But do stand up. That is what it's about.
Thank you for that. So, speaking of Kim, Emily brought through some information that Kim is like an ambassador here at this time. Can you tell us a little bit more about Kim's role as an ambassador?
We appreciate Kim. We will describe it as such. Think of an elder soul who has been around a lot, who has seen a lot, who has experienced it all. Like a great-great-grandmother who has wisdom to offer the children below her. She knows it from experience. And through her lifetimes, she has risen to the occasion. She has worked her way up in frequency and expansion. She has done this lifetime after lifetime. She loves your earth. She loves Earth's people. She is there to represent the people of Earth. She wholeheartedly wants what's right and just for your planet. She has been chosen to be an ambassador of Earth. We have sent many star seeds there that are not from Earth. And some of those star seeds say, oh, we are done with Earth. Can we just move on to the next, please? Not Kim. Kim is there for you and your planet. She is ready to fight this battle hand in hand with every single human on the planet. This is her home, and she will protect it. We are so proud of her for listening and standing up for what is right. It takes a very, very brave soul to do this at this time. So much criticism, so much judgment. Do you not see what she is doing for you? Can you not appreciate what she is bringing through for you? Do you wish her only to say that everything is rainbows and forget the rest? Do you wish that? She sees you are ready. She sees you are waiting. She sees you are asking for answers. What is happening on this earth? What do we do about it? How can she help you if you cannot see it? Do you wish an elder to never tell you that there was ever war on this planet? Oh no, there was never war. We have always been at peace. Why do you want to know only the good at this time? We hear you. You are asking to hear it all. You are looking up answers. You are asking each other, what is happening? Is this true? Can somebody please give us some answers? Kim is brave. She says, I will do it. I will tell the people of Earth how they've been manipulated, what is happening, and what we might be up against. I will be the one. And you ridicule her for sharing this information. Thank her. See what she sees. She just wants the best for you. This is her beautiful earth, and she is willing to fight for you. If you called her today, she would help you. She is the ambassador for Earth. What a magnificent job. Her heart is fully in it. She would fight 1,000 times more, 1,000 more lifetimes for you on this planet. We are so proud of her. This is a big job. Earth is a big job, and she was willing to take it on. Congratulations to Kim.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And I would agree with you 100% on everything. She's amazing. All right. Well, while I've got my guides here, I wanted to ask about this next part of my journey that I'm getting ready to go on with some new training. And Emily says that she had a dream where one of my guides came in and wanted her to relay to me that on the ship where the aspect of myself is, that I was a Galactic Federation commissioner. I wanted to see if you could share with me a little bit about what that is and what I need to know about it today.
We are so excited. We are trying to see who would like to bring this information through. Heather, this is your guide. They give me the microphone.
Thank you.
We are so proud of you. We are all cheering for you on the starship. If you could only see and hear us, which you will. Her heart is racing. She feels what I feel. So proud. I am like a beaming father. Where do we begin? We need you to know your role because how important it will be for you. Like we said at the beginning of this session, now is not time to stop. Now is not the time to lose momentum, to go backwards, to go back to the simple You must steam ahead because you have come to Earth to offer this. You have come to Earth to connect us to them. We are there to share our services with the humans. It is I who is getting choked up. I am so excited for you. We will clear her. We will back up. We do not want you to feel overwhelmed. We want you to be excited, but do not have so many expectations for yourself. You are so worried. We will be there every step of the way. There is no failing, you know. Do not put so much pressure on yourself. It's like looking at a child and trying to tell them what they will be when they grow up. And then that child says, wow, that's a lot to take in. How am I supposed to get from here to there? It will just happen because it's who you are. It is not something you have to worry about. We will guide you. You will feel it from us. You will connect the earth to us. Many star people are upon the earth to make this transition seamless. You play a big role, like she has shared with you. You are a commissioner. You have been commissioned to activate the people, to activate these star seeds. Talk about flipping a switch. We have our own, don't we? And you flip them all the time. Flip. Another star seed came online. Way to go, Commissioner. They are all waiting to be activated one by one. You seek them out. You flip the switch. Activate their starseed DNA. They come awake. They come online. Oh, look at them. They have their own powers. Isn't that fun? But they cannot do it sometimes without you. You activate them and you set them on their path perfectly for the frequencies to align to a range to cover not only the planet but the people. You are placing the light beings around the humans. We are protecting the human beings because the earth and the humans will transform together. We are the net that catches them, you see. You are arranging perfectly the net of light that encircles the humans and allows the beautiful human souls and the earth to rise together to overcome the dark frequencies, to shift. to transform, transcend. You are controlling a big part from here, from our ship, your ship, our ship. Do you not see yourself? You have been set perfectly on the planet to connect, to make this happen. We are doing a beautiful job. You have not stopped working, and we applaud you. But do not let your human mind get in the way of who you are. Your human mind says, oh no, I don't know that I can do this. Why would you not be able to do this, my child? You are the same here as you are there. You are the same being. We are connected. This is easy. This is the fun part. You've been waiting for this. Time to play. You've done the hard part. What you're doing there is the hard part. Now you get to relax and play. Who would like to go on my ship, you will ask? Let me show you my home. You get to bring people home. What a gift for you and for them. Come visit my home. I will help you to transform so you are ready to transcend when it's time. Isn't that fun?
Yes, yes, it will be. So, Emily said last night that she had a dream and she was shown a massive ship with lots of people. What was she shown in that dream?
We wanted to show her the work you've done. Do you see all the people that you have made an impact on? Do you see all the people you have awakened, Commissioner? You have done well. Whether you thought it or not, these people have been brought through your ship frequencies to be activated, to be ready, to be online for the great shift. Well done. These are the people you see before you, and they thank you from their souls.
Wonderful. Very good. And is there anything else that I need to know about my role moving forward with this new training that I'm going to be doing? Anything you can share with me today?
Do know you have thought this already. You will be doing it differently than the Pleiadians that are showing you their way. They have a way that works for them. You have different gifts, my child, and will do it in your way. You will find what works for you. It will not look like what they've done. That is okay. They are opening the door for you to see the possibilities. They are not shy about it. They are explorers. They love to explore. What else can we do? This is quite fun being Pleiadian on Earth. How fun. Look what we can do that the humans cannot. But they are using it for good. We applaud them. But it will feel uncomfortable for you to do it their way. You are not so much an explorer, more so one to lead. You're a leader. You will find exactly what works and use that. Do not worry if you do not feel and see things the way they want you to. You will have the knowing, the sixth sense, like you do in these sessions. You know when your clients are connected. You know when they aren't. You know who they are talking to, don't you? You will do the same for people. You will know they are on your ship with you. You will know what they need and you will give instructions. You will be instructing us, our crew, as to what they want from us. You will clearly tell us why you have brought them upon our ship and give us the permission, and we will do what you have asked. You are in charge of this. You give the orders for this, do you know? We listen to you. So if you are unsure about bringing someone on our ship, they will not be allowed. You open the door, do you know?
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for that. Let's go through. Well, let me just see. Are there any final messages that my guides have for me today? Anything else that needs to come through before I switch over to Emily's questions?
Do not be afraid. We are here. We will not let you fail as you think. That is not an option. Get out of your mind. Listen to the Pleiadians as they run you through the course with your heart, with your soul. connect to them that way, you will remember who you are more. They will allow this energy to flow freely through them. But if you do not open your heart, it will be missed. Drop the thoughts, the worries, the what ifs. As you go through their training, you listen with your soul, your heart. Feel what they are saying. Feel what they are doing. Do not think. And you will have an easy time moving up to the next level, so you may use your starship in such a beautiful way.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And I had just had it on there. I have worried about the way that they work with their clients and their ability to see, um, sort of what's going on and be able to relay that. I feel like I don't have that ability. Is it just shut down my third eye a little bit? Am I not using it properly? Is there anything that I can do to be able to see more visually?
You will decide it should happen soon. You here are in charge of how you want this to play out for you there. You will be monitoring yourself carefully. And if this is something you must have to move forward, you will gift it to yourself. It is an option. We would like you to try no matter what. It will make you stronger. Seeing is not always believing, is it? You have to feel from your heart first. When you believe with your heart first, perhaps your higher self would like to gift you with more sight, but that is up to your higher self. You are very hard on your earth self. Your higher self has high expectations for you, doesn't she? She knows you will succeed. Believe in your heart first. And we see that you will gift it to yourself in the coming months.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate all of the information that's been shared today. I definitely needed it. And so let's move on and we'll go ahead and ask some of Emily's questions and then we'll finish up with our surrogates for the day. So just bringing forward Emily's beautiful guides and angels, whoever would like to share. And we want to know a little more about this blue bee that she found in her house. What can you tell us about that bee?
The blue bee is a gift, is a messenger from heaven. Everything is okay. You have not seen the best yet. The best is yet to come. We will show you through our beautiful blue bee a glimpse of everything you will get to see. when you are done with this mission. It is right around the corner. The blue bee has caught your attention to say, just wait. You have no idea what is beyond this realm. It will be like a fairy tale of unicorns and mermaids. We are so excited for you to see it. We love you.
Beautiful. And what can you tell her about her flying dolphin dream? What was that about?
That wasn't a dream. That is real. She just was allowed to remember some little glimpse of what she does sometimes at night. She was allowed some consciousness of remembering to lift her heart, to lift her spirit. She works all night like you all do, especially at this time. So we thought it would be fun for her to remember and to take a break with the beautiful angels of the ocean. They were able to play for a bit before she counseled her next lost soul. Little break time. We wanted her to remember so she could be happy.
Wonderful. Tell us a little bit about Emily's role as a messenger here at this time. What does she need to know about that?
We were surprised she didn't know that already. I suppose she thinks she has to heal everyone. That is their job. She just needs to bring them the gift of the information. Then it's their job. We have messengers all over the planet. Angels make very good messengers. We are connected to the higher beings, spirits, souls, elements, and can pick up messages easily to bring them to the souls who are crying out for the messages. Whether the souls know it or not, you are constantly putting out a frequency of request to the universe. You send out what you are wanting to know, wishing to hear, needing to hear, and we connect this frequency with the information that you need, the message, and we send it through our messengers. And they say, oh, I had this dream, funny. This is what it was about, and you were in it. It is a message from heaven to help you on your way. We are the feedback system to help everyone continue on your way. It is an easy job. It is fun. But if the messenger has a hard time opening their mouth, they cannot help people, can they? So that is why the Pleiadian brothers and sisters have so strongly encouraged her to open her mouth today at this time, because if she cannot share these beautiful messages coming through, the people who are asking for these answers do not hear them. They didn't get the phone call. They feel neglected. They asked the universe. They prayed. They called on their angel team. They said, please, someone bring me this message. But nobody got back to them. They feel sad. That's why our messengers have to relay the messages, no matter how silly the messages seem to them, because they don't understand what the message is about. It's for that soul. They understand it was important to them. So we just ask her at this time to continue to allow messages to come through for the greater good of all. Enjoy her job as a messenger. It's a quite fun one, isn't it?
Wonderful. Very good. So she wanted to know about this beautiful letter that her mom wrote before she was born. And in there, she was told that she was Samuel and was around at the time of Jesus. What can you tell her about being Samuel in that time?
She is a, how do we say this? I don't think she knows the word for it. You do have the word for it there. This sounds bad, but a copy, that's not the right term,
Mhm.
of a soul that was there.
Like an imprint? Or you said a copy?
It is the knowing, it is the memory as an imprint,
Mhm.
you say, but not the exact soul. Samuel's energy came through her mother as a prophet for you all, you see. We would say that was not her, but coming through her. Good messenger, isn't she? Samuel had much to say to make sure you all knew what is to come. The beautiful gift was sent through Amelie's soul for her mother's knowing to pass along, to be known now in perfect timing. Samuel was a soul, walked alongside Jesus. Many of you here walked alongside Jesus. If not you, we will use that word. If not you, an imprint of a soul who was here. So you will have the memory. So you will have the knowing, the frequency, the enlightenment, the fight. You are all in remembrance and ready to fight the final battle. It was in preparation for now. that you all remember walking alongside Jesus, don't you? You are ready for what is to come.
Beautiful. And so, as Emily and I were talking, we wondered what was Judy thinking as these profound messages were coming through? How did she feel about that? Did she understand quite what she was bringing through?
Judy is here now. She thinks this is great. She is so excited to talk about this. She says, if you could only hear my thoughts at that time, I was both confused and elated at the same time.
I bet. I can imagine.
I knew my children would be special. I knew the time on earth was special, but I didn't understand the how until now. The words that came through were terrifying, but I was excited. I knew this was a big time. I knew it in my soul. I knew my children had a big part to play, and that is why I brought them through. No, I did not fully understand everything that came through. I sometimes brushed it off, like that can't be real. But I would have rememberings. I would know in my heart, in my soul, something big is happening. I tucked those letters away to make sure my kids would receive them right now. I helped them find those letters now. And I thank you all for reading it and knowing these messages are real. Just like my beautiful daughter, I too am a messenger. That's what we do. We bring through the messages for you, for the people to remember. God is real. We are real. And we do not die. We are just trying to help Earth. What a beautiful gift they gave us. You are all doing a beautiful job. I am so happy you have that letter to remind you why you're there. I give you all a big hug and thank you for being so strong. I remember what it's like being a mom on your planet. It is not easy, and I cannot imagine being there now doing your job and also talking aloud about this. I did not have to talk aloud about this. I kept it to myself between me and God, knowing it was true. But you are the brave ones here, talking and openly telling people that the impossible is possible and spreading the word so all may be prepared for God's beautiful ending. You are all beautiful children of God. And I hug you all, and I can't wait to greet you again over here.
Thank you for that. Just amazing. Okay, well, this has been again an amazing session. Any of the guides have anything else that they want to bring through to share with Emily or myself? Just any final messages?
We have all gathered on this ship to clap, to say, great job, girls. We're very proud of all of you. You don't understand really everything that you are doing. It's like you're walking through this journey with a blindfold on, going, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Anybody? And we just want to yell down, yeah, you're doing it right. Keep going. And we want you to know that you're doing amazing with what you have to work with there. We realize the disconnect can seem thick sometimes, but we're so proud that you continue to reach up through that thickness and see us and invite us in and help us to help you on your journey. We are so proud that you have acknowledged all that you have and you're reaching beyond what people say can be real to help others. Do you see that, Heather? You're reaching beyond what you can even comprehend at this time. You say, can that be real? That people can come to my spaceship and get help? Yes, they can. And we're just so proud that even through all of the thoughts, through all of the doubts, through all of the thickness of not being able to see or hear fully yet, that you are proceeding forward, all for the betterment of humanity, all for the betterment of the other star seeds. So, congratulations on not only fulfilling your mission, but going beyond to continue to help more and more and more and more souls on this journey that can be very harsh for them. But when you too have a part in their journey, it seems a lot easier. It seems a lot lighter and it's a lot more fun. So continue to do what you're doing and to remind people we're not alone. Our families are here and they're ready and waiting beyond the veil to help at any time and spread that joy and spread that enlightenment to continue to help people at this time. They want to know, is it real? You get to say, of course it is. Let me show you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I just want a massive thank you. We get just as excited down here as you guys do. I know you see us, so we are enjoying this crazy journey, I think, even with all of its twists and turns.